before.
That was educated. University of Nigeria, by London School of Economics, by Harvard Business School, by Cambridge University, by Oxford University. He's a man that has gone and Togo and he's presenting a development formula that will take you from a developing nation to a developed nation.
And now,
and you, Obi, want to throw all these things to the boss because of your interest, and you want to project that it is only you that can be president. Who are you? No, who are you? Is that not an insult to more than 20 million Ndibo? You made third class in the university, and then you're saying it is only you. How?
So what happens now?
So, in 2023, Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo extolled, eulogized, praised the sterling academic qualifications of Mr. Peter Obi, associating him with the best educational institutions across the world: Harvard Business School, Cambridge, Oxford, etc. But in 2026, he's singing a different song. He is singing a different song. He says, Mr. Peter Obi graduated with a third-class degree from the university. What happened? What changed? We're going to dig deep into all of this in a moment. This is a documentary on the many faces of Kenneth Okonkwo. We are about to expose his chameleonic political lifestyle. And you are watching Political Nigeria. Please subscribe, like, share, comment. Turn on the notification bell so you receive notification in real time. The man, Kenneth Okonkwo, is a man of contradictions and conveniences without convictions. The question is, what does Kenneth Okonkwo truly believe? What does he believe? Now let's roll it. But first, where it all began. And now, the actor. In 1992, the movie Living in Bondage was released. This movie became a massive success all over the country and beyond. The movie brought Kenneth Okonkwo to the limelight. However, because he played the lead role, Andy, in the movie, he became known as Andy everywhere. He would later admit in an interview that the name Andy overtook his real name. So everywhere, most people called him Andy Okeke, the role he played in the movie. Now you would agree with me that even before he became a lawyer and a politician, he had already become adept in performance communication. He had become a master at using his celebrity identity to achieving his ends.
I'm offering you a new job.
See, kill yourself.
Your new job is in my home, in my sitting room, in my kitchen, in my bedroom, in my heart, and in my life. For 10 years, I've searched for a woman so beautiful and so gentle, and just as I was about giving up, she dropped from heaven into my hands.
Living in Bondage was a huge success. It was generally known as the first movie in Nollywood. So the great actors that you know later on, Momotala, Kanayo O Kanayo, Bob Manuel, etc., all of them and many others acted in that movie. But the star of the movie was Kenneth Okonkwo, known in the movie as Andy Okeke.
My name is Dr. Kenneth Okonkwo, the first actor that acted the first movie, Living in Bondage, that started Nollywood. Decades after the first movie, a group of highly talented and ambitious professionals came together, internationalizing and modernizing Living in Bondage to fit into the 21st century. There's something in the movie that captured my essence.
Before KO, there was Andy. Before politics, Kenneth Okonkwo was already famous. But Nigerians hardly called him Kenneth. To many millions, he was simply Andy. The role transformed him into one of the earliest stars of Nollywood, and eventually, the character became bigger than the man himself. But Kenneth would not leave that identity behind. He carried it into his law practice and into politics.
So nobody has even acquired any right from that suit. What the judge simply said last time is that he has jurisdiction to hear the matter, nothing else. And some clowns are trying to claim an order which a court has not given. And like I said, the most disturbing is that a man who is not even a party to the suit,
I am Kenneth Okonkwo, the spokesperson of Labour Party Obidati Presidential Campaign Council, and one of the lawyers representing His Excellency Peter Obi and Labour Party in courts for this petition. Oh well, you know, in issues like this, you go on incrementally.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the crux of the matter. It is politics. In 2014, Kenneth Okonkwo transformed himself, reinvented himself into a politician. And one issue mattered dearly to him: zoning. During the PDP House of Representatives primaries, Kenneth Okonkwo withdrew from the race after internal party decisions abandoned zoning arrangements. He believed these arrangements were fair to him, so he withdrew from the race. Please take note of this. He withdrew from the race because he believed the party should have zoned the slot to his section of the constituency. So let's compare Kenneth Okonkwo with Mr. Peter Obi. In 2014, Kenneth Okonkwo withdrew from the House of Rep race on grounds that the ticket was not zoned to his section of the constituency. And in 2026, Mr. Peter Obi withdrew from the ADC, left the ADC on grounds that the ADC refused to zone its presidential ticket to the south. Don't forget, in Nigeria, there's that north-south arrangement where they take turns at the presidency. But when the ADC refused to zone to the south, Mr. Peter Obi left the party for NDC. All right, that is, ADC is African Democratic Congress and NDC is Nigerian Democratic Congress. Now, his reason for leaving is the ticket was not zoned to the south. Nearly all parties in the country have zoned their presidential ticket to the south, apart from the ADC. Now, this is the reason he gave for leaving. And Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo is out there attacking Peter Obi for defecting from the ADC on these grounds, something he already did in 2014. What hypocrisy! Don't you see? I mean, can't you see this? What hypocrisy! He's forgotten he defected he withdrew from the race for the same reasons.
And now you said NDC has zoned to the south. Recall that NDC, they are mere renegades from ADC. And the reason they went there is because they are scared of participating in primary elections.
Who are those renegades?
NDC.
I mean, is it fair to refer to those who are who legitimately, who constitutionally decided to pitch their tent in with a certain group? Then the Constitution guaranteed them the freedom of alliances, of grouping, of membership, of association. Why would you call them a renegade? Who exactly is a renegade to you based on their action in that party?
Okay. Let me say they are political. Maybe I was even too lenient.
Who exactly?
Let me say they are political con men. Let's look at it this way.
Who exactly are you talking about?
Okay. Let's look at it this way.
On their own. Who are they?
They came into the coalition.
Who are they?
On their own.
Who are they?
I am talking about Peter Obi and Kwakwanso.
Peter Obi, within 6 months, changed parties 3 times. You could recall, since he defected to NDC, I've not taken it as anything serious or anything relevant to bother myself. Because by December 30th, he was a member of Labour Party. By December 31st, he was a member of ADC. By May 3rd, he is a member of NDC. I am sure, if not for the restriction in the Electoral Act, before the close of the registration or the membership time, I'm sure he will be a member of another party. That is his nature.
I see. Now let's compare. Peter Obi has been a member of 5 political parties: APGA, PDP, Labour, ADC, and now NDC, his current political party. And for Kenneth Okonkwo, he's a younger person politically. He has a young political career. He's not been there for many years, but he's already a member of 4 political parties. He's been a member of 4 political parties. Let's count. In 2014, the PDP. He ran for House of Rep, or attempted to. In 2019, APC. He ran for governorship or attempted to. He even campaigned for Buhari. I'm going to talk about this later on. And in 2022, he had already moved to Labour. So he was in Labour Party in 2022. And in 2025, he moved to the ADC's current political party. 4 political parties in his young political career. So by the time he spent 20 to 30 years in politics, he would have moved probably to about 10 political parties. He has no moral right to talk about switching parties or being the nature of Peter Obi. He has no moral right to say such. It's just hypocrisy. Verily, the greatest gift of Kenneth Okonkwo is adaptation. As an actor, as a lawyer, he uses this a lot. But even more as a politician, when he is in a certain place, he speaks of the glories of that place to the high heavens. And then when he leaves that place, he ditches the place, speaks evil of it, adapts to the new place, and starts singing the glories of the new place. This is the life of a chameleon, changing its colors to suit, to match its environment, the background. And this is what Kenneth Okonkwo has done several times. First, we start with the APC. When he was with the APC, the glowing things he said about Buhari. After 4 years of Buhari, he said glowing things. During the 2019 presidential elections campaign, Kenneth Okonkwo, having joined the APC, spoke glowingly about Mr. Buhari. He said Buhari's worst in 8 years would outclass PDP's 16 years. In other words, Buhari's worst is better than PDP's 16 years. This is adaptation.
I am following President Muhammadu Buhari and I make no apologies for that. I am an ambassador of good governance. It's not because of the person of President Muhammadu Buhari, it is because he's committed to good governance. And as the ambassador of good governance, take it home. You can't get a better person than President Muhammad Buhari.
And again,
why would I not follow a president that has ensured the implementation of the railway from Lagos to Abeokuta to Ibadan to Osogbo to Ilori, Njeba, Zungeri, Minna, Kaduna, Zaria, Kaduna? Why wouldn't I follow a president that has ensured that the railway from Port Harcourt, Aba, Umuahia, Enugu, Otukpo, Makurdi, Jos, Lafia, Jos, down to Damaturu? Why wouldn't I follow a president that just opened the rail between Itape and Warri? Why wouldn't I follow a president that has ensured that the second Niger bridge is rebuilt? I am from the southeast. It has been it's an emotional issue for us. Whereas in the other regimes, we have been living in promises. Today, we are living in practicalities. We have been living in shadows. Today, we are living in substance. This is a president that will tell you, I will do something, and you know he will do it. Check out, in the northeast, people are no longer refugees. They are now living in their homes.
Was allocated for the development of the infrastructure of the southeast, including the second Niger bridge. That is a hope and a future, and that's what we came here to celebrate. If this government is given the second term, as I know he will, the president Muhammad Buhari, and APC government, you can imagine where we will be in the next 4 years.
Did he believe himself?
I'm a follower of President Muhammad Buhari, and I make no apologies about that. When this great president was a military head of state, he restructured Nigeria from 19 states to 21 states. And the 2 states he created, one in the north, one in the south. Love, given, based on equality, without regard to your ethnicity or otherwise. Now, when he was the head of state, he had about 20 Christians to about fewer Muslims in his cabinet. And the same thing is happening today. Now that he's president. You know, when people criticize, I don't know, I keep saying where they get their own facts and figures. Today, in his cabinet, he has more Christians than Muslims. Yet, people are saying he is a Muslim.
Then, in 2022-2023, he adopted again.
Comment on the president said he came into power where security was a major problem, and today he said he's done his best to fix the problem of security in this country.
If I knew that innocent citizens will be taken away from train, which the president told them it was safe to ride on, and will be in captivity for 8 months, you and I know that I would not follow that president. And he's rejoicing. He has done great things. United States of America came to Niger State to pick their citizen that the terrorists put in their camp, United States. And Nigeria took 8 months, about 8 months, and they are rejoicing after buying those people. You know, in this government, APC's government, they have made people to become slaves because they buy them. The terrorists will kidnap them and they will go and pay ransom. That is buying and selling of human beings. You are meant to rescue people. The terrorists are not meant to release them. And they are negotiating, paying billions of naira to buy back their citizens. Not in foreign countries.
So you don't agree with what the president said?
That what?
That is,
I'm embarrassed that he's rejoicing after people have languished in jail, in the terrorist camp for more than 8 months, burrowing like animals, and he's rejoicing.
And on he goes.
As I'm talking to you now, APC has been the scourge and the worst thing that has happened to any people in Africa.
The pattern of adaptation is the same. Remember, he said, the worst of Buhari in 8 years will outclass the 16 years of PDP. And now he reframes it about the LP. Watch.
Labour Party, let me tell you, Labour Party, the worst of Labour Party is still better than the best of APC. And you can quote me on that.
Now, let's round off with two more points. We'll talk about Obi, and we'll also talk about his use of the title Doctor as an appellation before his name. Where did he get that title?
It's not just that it's better, but that he is the only option. So it is wrong to say that P2B is an alternative option. No, he's the only option.
And he adapts once more.
Clean and straightforward something. And you, Obi, want to throw all these things to the boss because of your interest. And you want to project that it is only you that can be president. Who are you? No, who are you? Is that not an insult to more than 20 million Ndibo? You made third class in the university. And then you're saying it is only you. How?
So what happens now? Because that's what we asked in the beginning of this conversation. So with the ADC, what happens?
Kenneth Okonkwo is a man of extreme contradictions. He is a man of convenience, saying only things that are convenient depending on where he belongs at the time. And he is a man without convictions.
My name is Dr. Kenneth Okonkwo.
You heard him. He introduced himself as Dr. Kenneth Okonkwo. But I want you, and of course, when he ran the gubernatorial race for the Enugu governorship election in 2019, his posters also read Dr. Kenneth Okonkwo. However, his doctorate was not an academic degree. He didn't earn a PhD. He doesn't have a PhD, okay? He was given an honorary doctorate by the Institute of Chartered Economists of Nigeria in 2016. So he doesn't have a PhD. And of course, you know, recently in Nigeria, using a doctor as an appellation or title before your name, it's been banned, it's been outlawed. It's been outlawed, yes. It's been prohibited. You can no longer use doctor if you're wearing a medical doctor or an academic degree holder, a PhD holder. So, I mean, some people like to use that to boost their reputation and profile, you know, is to pass themselves off as scholars, educated people, the elite, and so on. But that is not the case with Kenneth Okonkwo. He doesn't have a PhD. I just wanted to point it out, okay? So we've come to the end of this documentary, and it was put together by Political Nigeria. You need to like, subscribe, comment, share, so we can keep bringing more. Of course, tomorrow we're going to bring a new powerful revelation that will shock most of you. Give us a subscribe, press the notification bell, and we'll continue from there. Thank you very much. We are the Political Nigeria.